Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, as always, keeping you updated on the market, giving you all the very latest, and so we jump into it together. And we start guys with here we go for Arsenal, because I told you a few days ago it's going to be a busy July for Arsenal. It's been quite June. Arsenal are Premier League champions, Champions League finalists, so obviously they want to take a minute to plan for everything. Don't forget, let me tell you at the beginning of this video, don't forget that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta are negotiating a new contract. So the contract extension of Mikel Arteta with a new deal, it's going to be a reality in the next months. But at the same time, Arsenal are working to get new players. Leandro Trossard left to join Besiktas for 18 million euros plus 2 in add-ons. And now, Christos Tzolis, the name I always gave you, I told you, Trossard out, Tzolis in, Tzolis is a new Arsenal player. And it's a here we go. Agreement done on a 40 million euros deal. This is the transfer fee that Arsenal will pay to Club Brugge. Basically, there was almost no negotiation because the asking price was always 40. Bruges didn't want to negotiate on that, and Arsenal decided to pay the asking price. Also because two clubs, one in Italy, one in Germany, over the last 2-3 weeks tried to enter the deal, tried to understand if Arsenal were being too slow on Solis to get the player, but then the final decision made by the player was clear. The player told all these clubs, I'm sorry, thanks, but I want to go to Arsenal. Only Arsenal, and now the deal is in place. Solis will sign a long-term contract in the next days, medical test and contract signing also booked, and so new winger for Mikel Arteta, Christos Tzolis from Club Brugge. But Arsenal are not done at all. Arsenal will be busy and busy and busy. Let's see what's going to happen with Saliba, but the injury looks something serious. Then in midfield, we know they want to do something. And then, important to mention, for the winger position, I maintain my information. I know there are many reports about Arsenal and Bradley Barcola. It's strange, let me say, because for a few weeks they said that Barcola was not on the market. Then they say Barcola, Arsenal. No one mentions Barcola and Liverpool, but Liverpool remain very interested in Bradley Barcola. Arsenal at the moment are not negotiating for Bradley Barcola. There are no active talks for Bradley Barcola, and the player Arsenal want to add as a new winger is, from my information, still Morgan Rogers. Advanced conversations on player side, no issues on contract terms, the personal terms are almost agreed, just a few details to clarify, and Arsenal are ready to attack. Arsenal are ready to go and negotiate for their new winger Morgan Rogers. So club to club also expected to start soon after Tzolis is Morgan Rogers, the player Arsenal want to add to their squad. On Bradley Barcola, as I told you in the last video, now the workup is over. From next week Barcola will meet with his agents. His agents will speak to Paris Saint-Germain, but Barcola is not negotiating a new deal at PSG, and his exit is possible in case of big proposal. Has to be a big proposal. So exit possible, yes, but exit guaranteed only if a club arrives with big money. Liverpool are aware of that. Liverpool are interested in the player, so we have to see what's gonna happen with that one. Also important to say, guys, on Liverpool, one of the stories of the day, Dominic Szoboszlai signs new deal at Liverpool, and it's a here we go, it's done, it's all confirmed. 5-year deal for Dominic Szoboszlai, who will be one of the best paid players in Liverpool squad. A very important contract, a very important salary, but let me say, I think it's a fantastic news for Liverpool. Szoboszlai has been incredible in a very difficult season for almost all players at Liverpool. It's been a bad season for many top players. Szoboszlai was probably the only one who was performing at the highest level possible, and then in terms of leadership, in terms of commitment, fantastic player. And also, Szoboszlai, if Liverpool were not going to extend the contract in a couple of weeks or months, for 2027 was going to be a top target for a top club. So there were already movements from clubs trying to understand, is he going to sign a new contract at Liverpool or not? So Liverpool did a very good move by getting a new deal with Szoboszlai. If you follow the channel, you know it's not a surprise, because I've been telling you for months that Szoboszlai wanted to sign a new deal and the Liverpool were progressing, and now the agreement is done, and so Dominic Szoboszlai staying at Liverpool with a new deal. Then guys, more to mention also on Julián Alvarez interview today for the president of Atletico Madrid, Enrique Cerezo, who was talking about Julián Alvarez, once again asked about Barcelona, because president of Barcelona, Juan Laporta, said our bid is still on the table, but not forever. The bid is still there, but not for unlimited time. At the same time, the answer from Atletico Madrid, president Cerezo, is Laporta is my good friend, we are good friends, but Laporta already knows where Julián Alvarez will play next season. This was the sentence by Cerezo. Then in a different answer he said Julián Alvarez is our player and will be our player next season, so the message is total confidence from Atletico Madrid to keep Julián Alvarez. Atletico insists on no intention to sell the player to Barcelona, but Barcelona are yet to give up. Barcelona from next week after the World Cup, respecting the timing for Julián Alvarez, Barcelona decided to be respectful for the player, not to create extra confusion during the World Cup. After the World Cup, Barcelona will be back trying to understand if there is a way to make it happen or not. So this is the story around Julián Alvarez, and it's going to be an important one to follow. Then guys, talking about midfielders, we said about Dominic Szoboszlai, but also I wanted to mention, keep an eye on a very talented midfielder, Senegalese midfielder from Paris Saint-Germain, Ibrahima Mbaye, because according to my information, Jorge Mendes is now entering the picture in the decisions for the future of this very talented player. Jorge Mendes has signed Ibrahima Mbaye as new client. Jorge Mendes, for those who don't know, is one of the most powerful agents in the world, and Jorge Mendes is pushing a lot to find a solution for Ibrahima Mbaye. It's not going to be a difficult mission because there are many clubs interested. In Germany, I said about Borussia Dortmund, and not only, but also in Premier League. Premier League clubs are also arriving for Ibrahima Mbaye. The intention of Ibrahima Mbaye is to leave Paris Saint-Germain. He feels he wants to go elsewhere, to play on a regular basis, to be an important player. He likes Paris Saint-Germain as a club, but it's very difficult to find some space at PSG. Even more now, because Fabian Ruiz has agreed a new contract at Paris Saint-Germain, 2029 with option till 2030. Also, about Paris Saint-Germain contracts in general, maybe you don't see the official announcement, but some of these contracts have been done for some time. Fabian said yes to a new contract a few months ago. William Pacho signed a new contract in December. So Paris Saint-Germain are working very hard on new contracts, but behind the scenes, and don't forget they will sign Lucas Digne. Then guys, it's important to say Lucas Digne to Paris Saint-Germain means probably also the arrival of Pervis Estupinian from AC Milan to Aston Villa. That's a deal underway, agreement with the player, work in progress. Aston Villa today have signed João Gomes. The deal is done, 40 million euros plus 5 in advance. The player already traveled for a medical test and contract signing, and so João Gomes, I told you guys, there were many rumors about Manchester United, but United were not interested in João Gomes, that's the reality, and Liverpool too. There were many rumors coming from Brazil, maybe to wake up other clubs, but the reality is that Liverpool were not looking at João Gomes as a target, and Man United too. Man United are looking at a different player. The club that wanted João Gomes was Atletico Madrid, but the deal with Atletico collapsed in June, and now Aston Villa signed João Gomes and maintain talks active also for João Palhinha. Guys, on this and much more, we will keep you updated as always here on the channel, so remember to subscribe, to be part of the family, to send in your comments on all these stories. More to say in the next videos. We're gonna be busy for sure as always, and so see you soon. Thank you.